Back in the year 2011 or 2012, a little game called Minecraft rose in extreme popularity. With this came a bit of downsides, because due to the game's popularity and the amount of people that suddenly started playing it, a lot of young kids and people that are younger than a normal adult started watching people who play the game and started playing the game. So all of a sudden, due to the fact that, younger kids and younger people, they can play games more, the game's fan base just suddenly did an old switcheroo and became young kids that went to Minecon and basically made fools of themselves and were just made fun of. Up until 2019, when all of a sudden, over the summer, back in July, suddenly YouTubers started playing the game. Big YouTubers like Laserbeam, PewDiePie, and the list just goes on, because everybody just started playing Minecraft again. This might be just because all of the people who were young back in like 2011, 2012, suddenly after a few years came back to the game and were like, this game is good again, and oh look, my favorite YouTuber's playing it again. And all of a sudden, Minecraft just became extremely popular, but only for a few months. Now you might be wondering where I'm going with this, since this is a video about Fortnite and Warzone, the two battle royales that in my opinion are currently competing on who's the better one. Yes, obviously there is Apex and PUBG out there. In my opinion, Apex is its own thing and is doing perfectly fine. I personally don't like Apex, but that's my opinion. Don't go down in the comments being like, Apex is good, what are you on about, you're stupid, you don't know anything. I liked Apex when it came out, but I got bored of it. Now it might be because I don't like battle royales anymore, but what I meant about the Minecraft thing is, in my opinion, Fortnite is getting the exact same treatment right now. The game rose in popularity in 2018. More kids, more younger people started playing it. So all the older people who are mature instantly were like, kids game, and they stopped playing it. Obviously, the game is bad. It has its seasons that are atrocious and stuff like that. But that's the treatment that Fortnite is getting right now, in my opinion. And that's the way I'm treating it as well. I'm playing the game, but not as much as I used to back in like season 5, season 7. I didn't play season 6 that much. This video, I will be comparing Fortnite and Warzone and why they work. Now I'm not gonna be doing versus like who's the better one. You have your opinions, I have my opinion. Over the video I will be talking about Fortnite first, then Warzone, and at the end I will talk about why they both extremely work together and why Warzone in my opinion is probably going to be out there for years to come. Now I might be wrong, but hopefully I'm not. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and let's get into it. Now, firstly, as I said, I want to start off with Fortnite. Fortnite grew in extreme popularity, as I mentioned, back in late 2017 and then all the way through like 2018. It had its bumps here and there. Here it was good, there it was bad, blah, blah, blah. 2019 came around. That was a weird year for it. Towards the end, like season 1 of chapter 2 was going on for ages, and now we're into 2020. But the current state of the world and everything that's happening around the world, everything's getting postponed, everything's getting delayed, things are just extending for far too long. But that's not what I'm gonna get into. I'm not gonna talk about the seasons. I'm not gonna judge Fortnite for its seasons. I'm not gonna judge Fortnite for being bad nowadays. I'm going to look at Fortnite as in why it works as a battle royale. Now this could be kind of debated about the things that I'm gonna talk about. One of the biggest I'm going to talk about at the end. But firstly, I want to start off with one reason why, in my opinion, Fortnite is kind of enjoyable to play at times and why it works, and that's because of the design. Now, if you're wondering what I mean, Fortnite has an interesting design of looking very cartoony and just vibrant, which kind of helps out in a playing side of things. For example, if I'm in a field or somewhere in a Fortnite match, it's not very difficult to notice a little dot running in the background and being not as scared as, for example, I would be in a different battle royale. So that's actually a good thing. They have the whole, like, everything looks cartoony, and they have the whole style of, oh, it's a simulation, so obviously there is no like extreme brutality, no blood, none of that stuff. So the game is family friendly, as I spoke about the Minecraft thing. That kind of helps out Fortnite with the whole fan base side of things. But obviously the design is probably one of the biggest parts. I really do like it. I like the way it looks and the way it feels, and it's a cool excuse to have just ridiculous stuff in the game. Like over the seasons we've had some really smart and intelligent things, like you can put on a bush and hide and blend in with bushes. Obviously that has been removed. You have a snowball launcher, a pumpkin launcher. Obviously these are all season based things, but they're kind of ridiculous. A launch pad, a thing you jump on and then launches you so far up into the air and then you can just redeploy. They have a school bus or a bus, whatever you want to call call it, that drops you into the match, which is different because, you know, most of the battle royales nowadays it's just this ship that carries everyone. It was just different. It was something new that back in 2017 everybody found interesting, and it's still interesting. But you know, it's Fortnite. It's been out for like 2 to 3 years. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody's just kind of like, oh, look, it's Fortnite. Default dance, take the L, floss, da 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 da, bah, da 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 da, ba ba da da. Anyway, the second thing I'm going to talk about why Fortnite, in my opinion, also work is skins. Now, if you're wondering what I mean again by skins, is Fortnite has this thing where you can play in third person, which is a huge reason why everybody loves buying Fortnite skins. Why everybody's obsessed about skin rarity, because you can see those skins. And it might be also because everybody likes to go off and show off them in like matches and be like, hey, oh, I got this rare skin. The video before this I made was literally me talking about why I don't like the idea of skins being rare, and I still don't. My opinion did not change in like a week. It's still stupid, and I don't understand why people use that for their fame or blah blah blah, but it's something that works for Fortnite. The skins, the seasons that they've released with the battle passes, it just worked, and the item shops, and Fortnite were genius for what they did. They earned Epic, Fortnite, whatever you want to call them. They earned a ridiculous amount of money, and they still are. One of the biggest reasons why they were giving away so much money for like the World Cup stuff is because the amount of money they've made, and it's crazy to think about. They really did hit the jackpot before the jackpot was having supply drops and stuff like that in your games to earn money. But the secret was just have like a battle pass in your game and have an item shop with skins in it. Then they added like raps and music, and everybody just keeps spending money on it. Obviously you can buy Save the World and only get V-Bucks from that, but still, you buy Save the World, you give them money, and that's genius. And that's one of the things that kept Fortnite going and people playing, because there was new skins, new content, constantly new content and new skins, which, you know, people loved getting, mainly female skins, just because, you know, I don't know, they look better, they're slimmer, people think that they have a smaller hitbox, which I don't think they do. From my understanding, I'm pretty sure everybody has the same hitbox, even the big chunky clunky dudes. I think I might be wrong, I don't know, but that is a huge reason why Fortnite is still Fortnite and why still people play it, even though, you know, it's bad. And, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't play it, I'm not saying that in any way. Play Fortnite, it can be fun sometimes. Hopefully season 3 is good. Third reason is Epic listened to its fan base. Well, they don't really anymore, but they did for a very long time. Back in chapter 1, oh my god, Fortnite / Epic, they were listening to people. Obviously, one of the biggest ones that I can remember was Ninja, you know, that guy, that streamer that was like big back in the day. He told Epic to like just be gone of the double pump, which in my opinion was one of the funnest things to do in Fortnite, even though I kept on getting destroyed by it and I couldn't use it myself. It was still fun to learn. He told them to, you know, be gone, and they did. They listened to him. That was one of the signs that, oh, Fortnite listens to their fan base. And then gradually over time, you know, people complained. There was things still in the game, like I remember the planes were a huge thing against the fan base, and then obviously they removed it at the end of the season, and right around like season 10 they just stopped listening to people and added in mechs. For some odd reason they thought it was a good idea to add in a mech and just remove an item from the mech, and then add in that item of the mech, that being a laser, just to help people know to be like, oh, the mech's shooting at you, run, even though you couldn't. And now we're into like chapter 2, and instantly Epic just kind of is like not doing anything. People complain about aim assist. Yeah, they release the patches, but it takes them forever. You know, all these things that I'm talking about are negative, but that's just because Fortnite is now on a bad side. These are the reasons Fortnite worked back in the day and why it became such a big game that people still play. You know, it's kind of, you know, thinking about it, I'm talking about a lot of negatives, not a lot of positives. Well, they go from positives to negatives. Anyway, and one of the biggest reasons, obviously there will be a bigger reason at the end, the reason why Fortnite works, in my opinion, as a battle royale, and the main reason why I thought about this video is because Fortnite has a little thing called building. You might be wondering, what are you on about, Fizzy? No, you're not wondering what am I on about. That is all that Fortnite is, building. It became this huge thing for Fortnite. I'm not going to say that they stole the idea from Minecraft, but they definitely took inspiration. You have a pickaxe, which is also a different way that Epic used to advertise their game with their skins for pickaxes, weapons, and skins like people. You have building. Building is a huge part of the game, and the environment being able to be destroyed, so like you can destroy a whole building, you can destroy the whole forest, you can destroy a rock here and there. Obviously you can't destroy like normal land or stuff, you can blow it up, you can do things like that. Definitely made the game stand out a lot. And when I play other battle royales like Warzone specifically, I get in situations in a huge open area where there is no protection and I suddenly get shot at. Obviously you go to prone, but you still get shot at and you die. In Fortnite, you can't prone, you can only crouch. But you have a thing called building, which is a huge game changer. It helps you out from like getting shot here and there and just protecting yourself when you're healing and stuff. And in a game like Warzone, you have to constantly like hide, or if you want to be aggressive, just go be aggressive, or if you don't want to hide, you can get into a vehicle but then you can get blown up. That's one of the greatest things about Fortnite, the building. And obviously not everybody is good at building, and obviously the building has just kind of done a weird turn and everybody's just like crazy about build offs and everybody's insane at editing. But that's a huge part of the game. That's a huge part of the skill base. If you're good at building, if you're good at editing, then you're most likely good at the game. Yes, aiming is a huge part of the game and understanding tactics and stuff like that, but building is a huge part of it. And I just love the idea. I love that they introduced building, and I don't think if they didn't include building, it would ever get anywhere. Obviously at the beginning there was a lot of streamers and YouTubers promoting the game and stuff like that, which definitely made it stand out and be more played. But I feel like the whole building aspect really just stuck the game to the ground and it stuck around. And I really love the idea of having building in a battle royale. And obviously if somebody else copied it, it'll be like, you're copying Fortnite, blah blah blah. Fortnite has also copied a lot of things, obviously, like the reboot van from Apex, blah blah blah. I can't think of stuff, but there is obviously more and more. But that's probably one of the biggest original parts to Fortnite, and I love that. Now, Warzone is very much different from Fortnite. Obviously, it doesn't have the building stuff, it doesn't have the cartoony style. It goes for a more realistic and more war-like aspect to it, which is the first thing I want to talk about with Warzone and why, in my opinion, it works as a battle royale and so many people are playing it. Now, obviously, it's just another Call of Duty, which is good because it's actually one of the better Call of Duties. They decided to finally strain away from the futuristic aspects of the wars that they were coming up with, and it's more realistic. It's more nowadays based. The weapons are more modern and stuff like that. And it's probably one of the biggest reasons why Warzone is working is because it's Call of Duty. People like Call of Duty. Even newcomers to Call of Duty like it. Obviously, there is other reasons why people are sticking around, but it's probably one of the biggest things. I don't like that. I don't like that it's a war style. As I said, I like Fortnite with its cartoony style and it's more, you can see things better, and it's mainly because of that. In Warzone, I die multiple times to people that are just like blending in with things, and it's more realistic. It's what I feel like a real battle royale would happen if it would ever happen, but that's what it would be like. You would have to be extremely careful because people are just gonna try to run you over or you're just gonna have to be extremely tactical and things like that, and that's what Warzone is. And I know a lot of people like that, even people that never knew they liked it, they get into it, and I did as well. The first time I ever got Warzone, I was hooked. I was constantly playing it. I never got bored of it, which I am now, because I don't know, I think it's, as I said at the beginning, it's because battle royales are just kind of not my thing anymore, but it's still a good game. It's one of the better battle royales out there. As I spoke with Fortnite, with the war, and this is a huge positive for it in my opinion, and it gives it a different take. It gives it battle royale a different look at it. And obviously PUBG was always like this, but in my opinion it's much more different from PUBG. Second thing I'm going to talk about is probably like pretty big one. It's very different. We've never had this kind of a style to the game before, and that is the Gulag. Now, obviously Apex Legends was the first ever to introduce the whole reboot or revive your friend by taking his card or taking his like whatever and bringing him back to life. He comes back from somewhere, which is smart, and it makes sense why in Apex it happened. Kind of made sense why they did it in Fortnite, you know, since it's all like virtual reality. And obviously in Warzone they reintroduced it as well with their whole like buying system, which is also a huge game changer. And one reason why I find it very interesting, you know, the whole currency based thing they have, where you can buy armor plates, you can buy ammo, you can buy your friends back, you can buy so many things, kill streaks, and that's a huge thing. But Gulag, now obviously there's a lot of memes since Warzone came out about the Gulag, and I love all of them. They're really funny. Obviously season 3 is just around the corner. It was delayed unfortunately, but it's supposed to come out like this Wednesday, I think 11th of June. I might be wrong, don't take me 100%, but the Gulag is supposed to get a little bit of a change. Now obviously the Gulag does change. It has like different layouts, but it's all kind of in a shower, kind of. In a Gulag, it's in a map, it's called the prison. That's the Gulag. I'm pretty sure Gulag means prison in like Russian or something, since we are playing in Russia. But it's pretty cool, and I feel like other games could take that aspect of having a gulag based thing where specifically you, not your friend trying to rush to find money, or your friend trying to rush to that reboot van or revive station, whatever you want to call them. It would be really cool if it was just as they did in gulag. If you suck, you suck. If you lose that 1v1, then you lose. And it's interesting because Warzone has this game mode where it's mainly about like 1v1 kind of stuff. So no wonder they included it in their Battle Royale Warzone. Third thing I'm going to talk about is the weapon variety. Now, I'm pretty sure they changed the like weapons out twice in season 2, 3, 4. Which season are we on? Season 4. We're moving on to season 4, aren't we? Wait, is this season 3 or season 2? Okay, I'm confused. I might have said season 3 earlier. I'm sorry. It's season 4 that we're moving on. They changed weapons out a lot. And not only that, they also have this thing called a loadout drop. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And you can literally choose any one weapon with a secondary and a primary and the perks and your throwables into Warzone from multiplayer. And that's insane. That is huge. A pre-selected weapon. Basically everybody can have a different overpowered gun. I'm pretty sure some are extremely unbalanced, but it's also skill based, I guess. If you're good with one weapon, you prefer using that one than like a different one. But that is a huge part of Warzone and the gameplay style, and it's different from all of the other battle royales, and that's amazing. That, you know, every single battle royale, most of them anyway, bring in something new into the like gaming of battle royales where it's one survivor. But this one definitely added in a lot of things, like the whole money system. We've never really had that kind of a thing. The whole gulag system and the whole loadout system, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. That you can have your own weapon. You can even have it multiple times because the loadouts drop a lot, pretty sure, like every few zones. And the last one isn't a huge one, but it definitely is different from Fortnite, since Fortnite has gotten rid of most of these. And what I'm on about is vehicles. In Warzone, there's a lot of them. They're extremely needed. Pretty sure with season 4 we're going to be getting like a tank. There's some rumors. Yeah, that's kind of it. The vehicles. Fortnite had like bunch of vehicles, like ballers and planes to go-karts to quads to shopping carts, and then they just got rid of them, and then we got like a boat and a chopper, and that's kind of it. But then in Warzone you have like 3 different cars, like a truck, quad, a chopper. It's crazy, but it's cool, and there's a lot of them. And you know, there's that whole strategy of running over people that people like to use, but now everybody just carries like a rocket launcher or C4, and it's not fun anymore. I used to like running over people. So in conclusion, to finish off this video, in my opinion, there is no winner. Both battle royales are different in their own way, and honestly it's kind of bad to compare them to one another. But to be honest, this wasn't much of a compare, more of a why they work and why they will work for a while. Now Fortnite, yes, there's stuff going out there that, oh, Fortnite is dying, Fortnite that, Fortnite this. Well, in my opinion, a game can't die unless it loses literally every single player it ever had. So if there are still people playing the game won't die, and I feel like Warzone won't as well. And this is the last reason why both of these battle royales, and obviously like Apex can also be involved in this, why they work is because they're free. They are free to play, and specifically on PlayStation you don't even need a membership. Obviously on Xbox, I know you need one for like Fortnite, and I don't know if you need it for Warzone, but that's not bad. Like obviously, you know, companies need to make their money, and on PC you don't need any membership, so that's pretty cool. But they're free to play. You can download them for free, you can play them for free, there is no time limit. Obviously you're not forced to buy the battle passes, you're not forced to buy the skins. They're just free to play, and instantly when it's a good game, it looks good, looks well polished, it's made by a popular company, people play it, it will gain popularity like Fortnite and Warzone did, and Apex, and I don't know if there's any other free battle royale. There's like Paladins or something, I don't know, man. But anyway, there are some downsides to both. Specifically, I could complain a little bit about Warzone, because obviously, you know, me being Fortnite YouTuber or whatever you want to call me, I'm gonna side with Fortnite. And yes, go down into your comments, you're like, that sounded a bit like Animal Crossing. I haven't played that in a while. Anyway, not the point of the video. Warzone has too many players. Warzone is a bit too dark and grimy and just difficult. It's a difficult battle royale in my opinion. Some people might agree with me and some people might disagree with me. That's your skill gap, your skill based, whatever you're good at. And I'm not good at Call of Duty anymore. I used to love playing Call of Duty, but then obviously, as we all know, Fortnite came around and I just started playing other games as well. I didn't really stick around until Warzone came around because, you know, every single new Call of Duty is like ridiculous price. Oof. But that's gonna be it for the video. That's kind of all I wanted to say. There is no winner. I know this video is called like Fortnite versus Warzone, which is better, blah blah blah. Both are good in their own way. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you if you stuck through the video until now. Obviously I'm expecting some people to not even watch the video or stop around now, but if you haven't stopped yet, be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers. I know that's a bit insane number since we're only on 3,500, but maybe one day, you know, might as well set a big goal than a small goal, even though small goals are better. But I've been talking too long. I don't know how long this video is, but I hope it's not too long, it didn't bore you, and I hope I made some good points that you can agree with. And if you didn't agree with them, please dislike the video so I know I made some bad mistakes, and comment down below what I said wrong and share your opinions. Maybe some conversation can be started down in the comments if this video gets any kind of views. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Peace out, and I don't know how to end this, but yeah.